man and his own image. Like once we figured out this, now there really be no limits. And so they did it. Well, not exactly, unless they didn't mean some kind of zombie that eats human beings. Like they were the best tasting things, clearly desensitized to the taste of their existence. The stranger things have never been observed. Now this latest creation by these brains that are disturbed. They take it in turns and try to play the sheriff. Discontented deputies, they would be the terrorists. Inventing plagues, contagious viruses, out of envy saying, they may be recognizing us. But why was this? Cause they were famous scientists, deputized by the state, so they could say what time it is. When it came to strange flus and infection strains, the men became designated ones to invent their names. But the men complained, albeit secretly, spitefully decided to release the disease of 3. Hey yo, you know you gotta go below the surface. Beneath those egos that just seem so worthless. Disease grows in the lab and in the streets grows, spreading deadly diseases and affecting these sweet people. Hearing legally, they just wanted to stop this, so they made some vaccines and they gave them to their boxes, who got rid of these men and kissed their toes. So they ended up losing the world without even gaining their souls. And the moral story is to just be avoiding this. But you better believe that God will never agree to a glory switch. So back to the narrative, and that is just depressing. Infections activated by acts of passive aggression. For men who were content with their lots in life, although compared to most, they really had a lot in life. But that's that rotten pride that had them deceived and then had them deceased, not before leaking the vaccine into the hands of these men who just happen to be worse, believing they could really bring somebody back from the hearse. Reasoning that if they could make this work, then they could become like gods and take over the earth. As they had heard that the meek might inherit it, that made them concerned because they didn't feel like sharing it. Now looking ahead of it, into the depths of nowhere, a chemical war, more recessions, and now we're over here. And oh yeah, I gotta mention this virus that scientists first insisted was just a type of meningitis, except it's the kind which attacks the brain more, giving you headaches equated to being half of a chainsaw. Yo, you gotta go below the surface, beneath those egos that just seem so worthless. A disease grows in the lab and then to the streets goes, spreading the diseases and infecting these sweet people. But they were letting us think though that it was all about corona, and the blink of an eye is a virus more powerful than a Ebola. Demonic generated, minds perform a deadly integrated kind of warp-like flow. The enormous massacres and all sorts of attachments carried out by the passengers who were all aboard this battleship, which incidentally was a sunken one, cause their glorified man was more like a drunken bomb, but a really deadly one nonetheless, with a highly contagious lust for flesh. But what a mess, yes, we be getting ourselves into, obsessed by power but yet so helpless and simple and complicated as I cannot explain it. All I know is this world has always been dominated by the wicked one, thinking that he could trick the sun, but gets defeated and left to keep this wicked kingdom, which is shrinking, just like the ego sizes of all the people who survive this evil virus. And yo, you gotta go below the surface, beneath those egos that just seem so worthless. A disease grows in the lab and then to the streets goes, spreading these deadly diseases and affecting these sweet people. Letting us think though that it was all about corona, and the blink of an eye is a virus more powerful than Ebola. Demonically generated minds perform a deadly integrated kind of warp-like form. You know you gotta go below the surface, beneath those egos that just seem so worthless. A disease grows in the lab and then to the streets goes, spreading the diseases and infecting these sweet people. But they were letting us think though that it was all about corona, and the blink of an eye is a virus more powerful than Ebola. Demonically generated minds perform a deadly integrated kind of warp-like form. You know you gotta go below the surface, beneath those egos that just seem so worthless. A disease grows in the lab and then to the streets goes, spreading the diseases and affecting these sweet people. But they were letting us think though that it was all about corona, and the blink of an eye is a virus more powerful than Ebola. Demonically generated minds perform a deadly integrated kind of warp-like form. Demonically generated minds perform a deadly integrated kind of warp-like form. And this report says they're working on an analysis of this whole phenomenon from the point of view of viral. They're doing various laboratory tests to see
if they can deal with it in that way, and perhaps come up with some kind of a workable vaccine.
What's happening to the world, man? I don't know what's going on. Yeah, 2/3 wiped out, the rest barely even breathe. Left mentally defeated from a flesh-eating disease. Sort of like zombies. It seems crazy to me. It's hard to be stalking the streets aimlessly. So in random rages, animalistic behavior. Whatever they're brewing up got a cannibalistic flavor. Danger, danger. What my gut says right. Ain't sure on my face, case I wanna know what my blood tastes like. In broad daylight, not on the vampire's head. Still they attack at night in packs of at least 5 or 6. And I think they can't communicate well. But far from silent, cause they've been making these strange growls. Screaming away, sounding like a beast in a cage. No ghost inside, just a machine in a rage. There's nowhere to run, and there's nowhere to hide now. Need more than a gun, if you're gonna survive now. Is this real life, or am I imagining? What the heck is that thing that's got me panicking? Satanic operations, attacking the nation. Is it really real, or my imagination? As creation calls to the Lord's return, we all curse and serve, and it's about to burn. Right now, we're not at all concerned. I'm needing to pray for a survival boost, with my faith revitalized and my eyes on the truth. But I'm confused as to what the heck is happening. No lights and cameras, I guess it's just an action thing. Gotta be standing strong as the planet's gone. Even birds, from what I've heard, having a song. Even a whistle with the slightest little tweak. I guess it's kind of high with the virus on their beat. Yes, indeed, the disease infected animals, slightly different effects, but it's the same dimension cannibals as I viewed an attack previously. See the man bleeding for his life, screaming, my cat is eating me. Yeah, the disease seems to be extremely contagious. First impression was possession, demon invasion. As I seen a man changing from a raving lunatic, chasing a priest down the street as he had his crucifix. But I made it through this with stealth maneuvers, though simultaneously I was looking around clueless. How ludicrous, I would have said before, but I guess anything's possible after a chemical war. Heading to the medicine store, check inside, taking the time to get the safe thing, get some supplies. Not antipsychotics, just antibiotics. You want to get from zombies, then the flu knocks me for 6. Next stop is the food and drink supplies. Gotta get enough for the week and then I think I'll survive. We're keeping an eye out for any survivors, but trust no one, especially the friendly and nicest, as they might flip and attack pitifully. Land in the trap, stabbed in the back, literally. Paranoid streak emerges to the surface. The paranoia will keep me from being murdered. Sees the curse on the earth taking full effect. Wherever I turn, better discern who is a threat. A bit different from risk management courses. A pack of 6 savages landing at your doorstep. What it is, I just can't ignore it. There's nowhere to run, and there's nowhere to hide now. Need more than a gun if you're gonna survive now. Is this real life, or am I imagining? What the heck is that thing that's got me panicking? Satanic operations attacking the nation. Is it really real, or my imagination? As creation calls for the Lord's return, we all curse and serve, and it's about to burn. There's nowhere to run, and there's nowhere to hide now. Need more than a gun if you're gonna survive now. Is this real life, or am I imagining? What the heck is that thing that's got me panicking? Satanic operations attacking the nation. Is it really real, or my imagination? As creation calls for the Lord's return, we all curse and serve, and it's about to burn. Lord, this is arisen to frightening heights. The average criminal is the homicidal type, and that's not mentioning the infected ones, but them are beaten to death just to get some crumbs. Thus getting a gun becomes essential, and knowing how to use it is a fundamental. But remember, ammunition will be limited, and ain't no place to be for the trigger happy idiot. We'll shoot first and question later philosophies. Would hardly be thinking with the brain like Socrates. Think someone's watching me from afar. He wants what you got and wants to know who you are. I pray it be the latter and not the former. If he takes a shot at me, I guess I know for sure. Draw a little closer, still no shooting. Next minute, blow, I guess I spoke too soon then. The bullets are like gold in this economy. A result which means only shoot to kill policies. Dude wants to body me, take my stuff. Killing is a last resort to make haste to run. Escape was narrow, like the righteous road. I lost some supplies, but still having my life to show. The time to go sign appears everywhere. A new meaning to the words, living in fear. Disappearing so often, the air gain weight. Another name for the grave is to stay in the same place. waiting with the rest of the duck sick. And if you wanted them waiting, then you can get the duck sick. Like MC8, you know we come strapped. For every day you're alive, you're gonna see comeback. The earth seems empty, but rarely seems safe, with the murders of too many to even rate. And ain't nothing to restrain us from these dangerous behaviors, just miscellaneous threats from various alien invaders. Not the kind that may arrive on a spaceship, but the contagious kind that can make your mind and your brain sick. And this violent matrix of changing morality, the outcome of which is an insane reality. I'm hearing yelling and screaming that I'm seeing these guys with the evilest eyes as they be eating people alive. And I'm like, please Lord Jesus, help me to survive. There's no way to run and there's no way to hide now. Need more than a gun if you're gonna survive now. Is this real life or am I imagining? What the heck is that thing that's got me panicking? Satanic apparitions attacking the nation. Is it really real or my imagination? As creation calls for the Lord's return, we all curse this earth and it's about to burn. There's no way to run and there's no way to hide now. Need more than a gun if you're gonna survive now. Days, but what can we really say now? Watching this place change into some kind of zombie playground. I know it may sound like it's unbelievable, like someone was deceiving you, running a quick little scheme or two. Asleep in my room, 1 minute I was, and the next minute everybody be infected with this sickness bug. A really vicious one that ravages the flesh, afflicted with madness and has a man acting possessed. Having to accept and prove it rational, it's hard to actually do with the supernatural, as facts and truth aren't always the same thing, for truth goes beyond what the facts may be saying. Crazy changes and the majors be logical. If a stranger doesn't kill you, then the flesh-eating monster will. Impossible, I'll be muttering under my breath in a repetitive fashion as I be jumping into a hedge. I'm landing head first, my skin is ripped and torn as I be lying silently between these thistles and thorns, listening to these roars, all these demonic growls. These are the profound type of zombies. Yeah. So sharpen your knives and aim your pistols as it is out of somebody insane on crystal with crazy issues and really disengage. And it's been sinking these steps into a fit of rage, surrounded by plagues of rowdy pagans. Now look at how the nations all foul in a day end continue to fall through venues of war as hordes of zombies wanna be killing you all. Now I'm soon hearing all these weird human screams. I foolishly believed that these were only movie scenes on computer screens generating holograms, until I saw what I thought was a man eating the face of another man. I failed to understand an actual given purpose for a pack of sick savages committing cannibalistic murders. I'm mad nervous and I'm seriously scared, so quietly I creep, deciding to leave the hedge. A few hesitant steps I take trembling, then I leapt into a sprint, racing on adrenaline. Several of them, they then begin to give chase, but at the pace of a derelict who's wearing a neck brace. I may outrace them, and with a bit of luck, although from what I've witnessed, never be given up. And in an instant, you can be getting your flesh bitten, you can get infected, get dead, and then get living. Although not living in any normal sense, only in perpetual death, like you were one of the walking dead. And if this is all in my head, then I guess I'm truly sick. Nothing less than a mentally ill lunatic. But a padded room, that just seems like paradise in comparison to what be happening in actual life. But I'm seeing people just standing by, not even acting frightened. It's like they want to see a zombie attack and just bite them. A man dies, and we're not be getting his life back. But what I did see was like his body being hijacked. Sharpen your knives in, aim your pistols, as if a zombie or somebody insane on crystal with crazy issues and really disengage. And it's been taking these steps into a fit of rage, surrounded by a plague of rowdy pagans. Now look at how these nations all foul in a day end continue to fall like venues of war as surrounded by a plague of rowdy pagans. Now look at how these nations will fail in the day end. Continue to fall like vengeance of war, as hordes of zombies want to be killing you all. Continue to fall like vengeance of war, as hordes of zombies want to be killing you all. Yeah, I guess I'm really seeing the end times. I never expected to see dead guys that were feeding on intestines, craving brains and other bodily parts. Complaints are made. I want to see the head zombie in charge. And offer him a glass of the best champagne, trying to stop him from the task of getting at my brain. But then again, I doubt that I'm honestly right. For all zombies are equal, bodies without their minds, striking by instinct like in a quick blink, biting your whole face off way beyond skin deep. Like a grim reaper, lost the sickle visibly, along with any conscience and cognitive ability. She shot with the knife and aiming your pistols. Is this a zombie or somebody insane on crystal with crazy issues and really disengaged? Suddenly steps into the rage, surrounded by a plague of rowdy pagans. Now look at how the nations all found litigating. Continue to fall like venues of war, as hordes of zombies want to be killing you all. I said continue to fall like venues of war, as hordes of zombies want to be killing you all. Sharpen your knives and aim your pistols. Is this a zombie or somebody insane on crystal? Meaningless and futile. Bitterness within this grimace is equal to my true smile. What should I do now? In a clueless state, think I could do with a break to recuperate. Now I ain't talking a vacation in France, rather a place to wait without taking a chance. In a praying stance, just like a mantis, glancing at the damage that has happened on the planet. Massive attacks by the rain zombies, like demonic entities that entered their decayed bodies. From what I perceived, I'm thinking this is strange. These demented things are like prisoners to their brains. The disease then causes cerebral cortex to be distorted worse than TV reports. Even demon forces may arrange the rest, like the murderous desires and cravings of the flesh. When there be ways to come back to life, then you can say that is Christ. But then man tries never getting it right, just forgetting ill flesh still dead inside, with infectious bites causing genocides. Instead of life, your death is the prize. Spreading like flies as they terrorize. There's a way that seems right, but then you die. But can you see that this is unrestrained humanity? Strip away the act, all you have is pure insanity. Back to the fact of these debased creatures. Another way Satan tried to imitate Jesus, making it seem if the son's resurrection was something that could have been done in under a second, forgetting that the son's one was done for redemption, rose from the dead and death didn't affect them. So instead then, you know he presents them post-resurrection, body of perfection. And Satan's copy was a sloppy invention, lifeless bodies with zombie infections, a mockery of the resurrected son, resulting in these zombies and infected ones. But detect them coming, then you better be running. There's only one thing they want, your flesh consumption. The dead be raised to come back to life, then you can say that is Christ. But then man tries never getting it right, all they get is ill flesh still dead inside, with infectious bites causing genocides. Instead of life, your death is the prize. Spreading like flies to be terrorized. There's a way that seems right, but then you die on the starving agenda. This bunch of guys eating arms and legs like they was Kentucky Fried, but nothing satisfied. They gotta keep feeding cravings of the flesh, the reason to be. Figuratively speaking, that's what we all do. Living life like ooh me, or living life like ooh you. Selfish desires keep burning like hellfire, but now the flesh keep feasting after the soul retire. 1,000 times a coward dies rising as a corpse, with the soul's getting judged for what he used the body for. And like zombies, we be the flesh appeasers. Some go extra cups arrest these geezers. surface, but back to the scene. Immediate context. What's eating me is the close proximity of these zombie threats. But that's what you get when you try to play God. A maniac zombie, whining about your face off. Chaos and confusion, betrayed on the news, and moral panic, not knowing what you're doing. Growing frantic, understandably so. Seeing your family on the street like having a feast, bro. All you can eat, the human buffet. No reason it seems these dudes do not play. Say, is this real? Cause that's crazy. As it appears, there's a man just snacking on a baby. And there's the mother, she's joining in. Saliva dripping from her teeth like poisonous sin. Man, this is grim, a new pandemic. That's what happens when a natural man is resurrected. Burn against death like he had the right to. Left with just flesh cause the man inside you stands before Christ, judge and king. Just a naked door with nothing covering. Covered in sin like zombies do brains. All that loss of wind has got you in chains. Just waiting for a zombie to bite you. Or the angel of death snatch the soul from inside you. Meanwhile your carcass crawling in the darkness. The flesh is always hungry like starving kids. Hunted for brains cause they lost their minds. But that wasn't the way that God wanted their life. What if the dead be raised to come back to life? Then you can say that that is Christ. But then man tries never getting it right. All he's getting is ill flesh still dead inside. With infectious bites causing genocide. Instead of life, your death is the prize. Spreading like flies since they terrorize. There's a way that seems right, but then you die. Well, if the dead be raised to come back to life, then you can say that that is Christ. But then man tries never getting it right. All he's getting is ill flesh still dead inside. With infectious bites causing genocide. Instead of life, your death is the prize. Spreading like flies since they terrorize. There's a way that seems right, but then you die.
There is a way that seems right to a man, but its end is the way to death.
As he quickened another phrase, who were dead in your trespasses and sins. In the time past, you walked according to the course of this world. In other words, you followed the crowd. According to the prince of the power of the air, the Spirit now works in children of disobedience. In other words, you just followed the crowd no matter where it led you. Among whom also we all had our conversation or our lifestyle in times past in the lust of the flesh, fulfilling the desires of the flesh and of the mind, and by nature we're children of wrath.
Brainiac dum-dums, what's for scientifical? Brainiac dum-dums, what's for scientifical? Brainiac dum-dums, what's for scientifical? Brainiac dum-dums, what's for scientifical?
You know, use science.
Dummies!
Suggesting
Dummies! Dummies!
You know, use science.
Dummies!
Suggesting
Dummies! Dummies!
Seems to pay the price, placing our faith in scientists. The pseudo-types who just might try and lie to us, or at the very least, manipulate the truth, like the way that disease was portrayed on the news. Blow up the findings of coronavirus, or minimizing the virus when the Ebola kind hits. Spending a lot of time washing our hands and that, or digesting all the chemicals that they had on tap. I'm wearing our masks just like blindfolds, kept in the dark, blowing all our light bulbs, while the pride grows of man's achievements. No vaccines, but a lab full of diseases. And COVID-19 might have been the least dangerous. At least it didn't lead to cravings for eating brains and such. An unquenchable lust for pain as well. They can't be extinguished like the flames of hell. But hey pal, wish you could say it was okay now. Just wear my mask like it was a fake smile.
Brainiac dum-dums, what's for scientifical? Brainiac dum-dums, what's for scientifical?
You know, use science.
Dummies!
Suggesting
Dummies! Dummies!
You know, use science.
Dummies!
Suggesting
Dummies! Dummies! When are you going to show us something that we can understand?
Very close. And as you know, there are many plans for cover-ups. As far as damage goes, has a man done enough? Resulting in the savages seen before my eyes, and a planet traumatized by man's enormous lies. I'm sure like always, the Lord will get the blame. What skin of the teeth survivors try thinking their beliefs again, failing to make the links with these illegal chains, connected to the evil game of causing people pain. The need to change, only seen in the physical, not seen as cerebral as a vehicle for the spiritual. But the sickness will reflect all this. Arrogance is mad attempts to resurrect corpses. A metamorphosis, all of which is on a morbid trip. A body without a soul, please don't even talk to it. Oh, should I call it it as opposed to he or she? Too much time is on me pronouns and it won't be a me or an I. Why this be chilling? He or she cease to exist, but the it keeps chilling. That's what I'm dealing with. There's some way more. Only bad thing of my life I'm not directly to blame for. I have a long catalog of self-inflicted troubles, but was surprised to find wise men who are really a bunch of dumb
Brainiac dum-dums, what's the scientifical? Brainiac dum-dums, what's the scientifical?
Use science. Dummies! Dummies!
Ain't got many worthy achievements, so got less to lose. Couldn't get a test of career, so it's to sing the blues. When I lose them and what they represent, the coward's trinity of money, power, respect. Plus I was in debt, like up to my eyeballs, puffed out of the sockets, the apocalypse wiped it all. Right before the infamous eye in the sky, not the divine one, but the one NASA had designed, which is blind now, far from all seeing. Operators must have got their brains all eaten. Leaders being defeated by diseases they created. Though others say they escaped, tucked away in basements with food and drink, plenty of supplies. But only a fool would think they wouldn't eventually die, then rise perpetually in their corrupt bodies. Those once was somebody, rotten in somebody. Hardly the plan that man had intended. The lion's cub tried to attack the lamb's ancestors. Now violent thugs have the land infested, although they might have once been grand professors, holding PhDs with additional letters. Now spelling disease in the middle of a sentence. If they were hit in the head with the same disease, became so cold-blooded must have made their brain freeze. See that caveman speaking and looking like a corpse. Now that's proof that evolution wasn't as good as you thought.
Brainiac dum-dums, what's the scientifical? Brainiac dum-dums, what's the scientifical?
Typical things, kind of pitiful wins. Super Bowl design of violence trying to get rid of men.
Brainiac dum-dums, what's the scientifical? Brainiac dum-dums, what's the scientifical?
Scientifical things, kind of pitiful wins. Super Bowl design of violence trying to get rid of men.
Dummies! Suggested dummies!
The small arm of the pharmacist attached to a big fist. Scientific advances, meaning the arm is this. Head of a blind shot, or the nation's word. The peoples of the earth refer to Satan as Sir, and referred to death as life instead. Couldn't accept that only Christ could rise from the dead in a glorified state with no decay. Well, a risen man is looking like he's sunk lower than the grave, and smiling like he bathed in elephant manure. Virtual physicians with the artificial intelligent cures. I'm sure Einstein would have been ashamed of these heads. Couldn't mess with gravity, try changing death instead. Actually stem from the fantasies of the mind. But even Einstein couldn't define the gravity of their crimes. Every definition that points to the fall. Instead of admitting these issues, they just avoid them all. Scientific flaws, funny that only some see. Professing to be wise, but in the end they're just dummies.
Use science. Dummies! Suggested dummies! Use science. Dummies! Suggested dummies!
Brainiac dum-dums, what's the scientifical? Brainiac dum-dums, what's the scientifical?
Check it on the street. Each and every way and every day. Check it out. Yo, what's the mad post-Coronian, anti-Babylonian? Once mad enough to stab it with a broken syringe. From an Ebola victim, infected to the roof. But that was back then, now I'll inject you with the truth. 100% proof, uncut and pure. For anyone choosing to be knocking at the door of the lawgiver, forgiver and deliverer. Sending peace like a river for every little bit of you. So feel it flowing, then as your faith grows. No phone faking like they're men on silly game shows, or cops in plain clothes making drug purchases, while harassing ex-dogs as they come out of churches with Bibles in their hands and clearly showing that the gangster life, there ain't no way that they were going back. But know that the arms are a lot short for the lawgiver, cause sure a bot's a law enforcer, especially the sword against his divine ordinance, thinking of Christ like some kind of little ornament, extremely fragile, cheesy like a man's smile, gets a bit broken, then it goes into a sad cry. We're all gone astray like wayward sheep. That's why every day is yesterday on repeat. Drinking and eating, working and resting, thinking we should be king, deserving all the best things, getting the best thing, and it's on to the next thing. For everything is boring when we're not interesting. Money, sex and drugs, all playing is big. Crack rock for all the thugs, cocaine for the rich. All gone astray like wayward sheep. That's why every day is yesterday on repeat. Drinking and eating and working and resting, thinking we should be king, deserving all the best things, getting the best thing, and it's on to the next thing. For everything is boring when we're not interesting. Money, sex and drugs, all playing is big. Crack rock for all the thugs, cocaine for the rich. For you now should know that man is so damn fake. Moves he makes looking more foolish than Corona handshakes. Such blatant clownery from the circus juggler, between right and wrong like a worthless hustler, cursing his brother and hating his sister, going on daily dates with Satan as his mister, then creating sinners in their image and likeness, fleeing from diseases but not that sin virus. But like King Cyrus, one might just listen to the side of a Christian if it sides with religion, religious politics. Yes, this is what it is, taking a sermon on the mount with just about living positive. Man's godlessness and godly new forms, more blasphemous than drawing God with two horns, pretending to be some Hollywood devil. But then if we know what is good, we should know to be careful and respectful, with reverence and awe to the God that made it all, like everything and more. So yes, y'all, I mean to the beat, y'all. For all have gone astray, like sneaky little sheep, y'all. For all have gone astray, like wayward sheep. That's why every day is just a day on repeat. Drinking and eating and working and resting, thinking we should be kings, deserving of the best things, getting the best thing, and it's on to the next thing. For everything is boring when we're not interesting. Money, sex and drugs, all playing is big. Crack rock for all the thugs and cocaine for the rich. For all gone astray like wayward sheep. That's why every day is just a day on repeat. Drinking and eating and working and resting, thinking we should be kings, deserving of the best things, getting the best thing, and it's on to the next thing. For everything is boring when we're not interesting. Money, sex and drugs, all playing is big. Crack rock for all the thugs and cocaine for the rich.
Clowns get down is unnatural.
They be with those weird people.
The way a lot of clowns get down is unnatural.
Walking around with that weird crew.
The way a lot of clowns get down is unnatural.
They be with those weird people.
The way a lot of clowns get down is unnatural.
Walking around with that weird crew.
Surrounded by creeps, extraterrestrial weirdos, flesh-eating festivals, and celestial freak shows. Everywhere there's dead people, spreading like gangrene, looking very evil and incredibly angry. I'm outnumbered like an ethnic minority, but I refuse to become one of these deafbeat majority. Begging on my knees, pleading for more grace, and for a door that takes me away from this morbid place. Once called Earth, a paradoxical paradise, wasn't managed right, but a cover stock Amorites and Edomites, living sicker than sodomites, diseased minds and bodies covered in zombie bites. Went from having a lot of rights to none at all. Every country was stung, no one really won the war. Saw the blood pour from the economy's veins, overindulgence turn into hunger pains, the floodgates of hell, then opening wider. Corona smoke blows before the Ebola fire. A demonic strain, the next viruses. But that's what you get when the devil possessed scientists. Ungodly alliances, men pledge allegiance to the devilish feminists with a head full of demons. Queen of the dead, the Babylonian whore. Now the future is Medusa controlling us all.
The way a lot of clowns get down is unnatural.
They be with those weird people.
The way a lot of clowns get down is unnatural.
Walking around with that weird crew.
The way a lot of clowns get down is unnatural.
They be with those weird people.
The way a lot of clowns get down is unnatural.
Walking around with that weird crew.
Everything is unnatural and everything is weird. Like having a assassin beard with big rings in the ears. Tribal tattoos, a primal aggression. Worshipping statues, a mind reflections. When you least expect, an infection arises. Infected with venom and left for the devil inside us. Kidnapping the body, overthrowing the soul. Irrational zombies, showing no control. Everything is unnatural, everything is weird. Like having a assassin beard with big rings in the ears. Tribal tattoos, a primal aggression. Worshipping statues, a mind reflections. And when you least expect, an infection arises. Infected with venom and left for the devil inside us. Kidnapping the body, overthrowing the soul. Irrational zombies, showing no control.
Lawless beast, deceives over the sorceries. Like corpses seen, walking at a mortuaries. Desperate devils, possessing the dead it is. It's either that or get sent to the abyss. Indwell pigs and some other swine with the repossessed kids and send them to Columbine. And with the minds of the living, if they give them an opening, like the soul that sins, it's a green light to go for them. There's no post within, then to sit over there, manifesting devilish acts for bringing dead men back to life, but not back to reality. Now you're stripped of everything, yes, even your celery. Evil personalities changing in a flash. Check the analogy, they did the same thing with cash. Taken instantly, giving microchip wrists, like how your mom was taken, replaced with violent spirits. Primal misfits within tribal districts. Life is a vicious bitch, you just had some sick kids. Savages to this dick, causing mad mayhem. Surely that's a lost straw for the Lord to be taken. Law breaking, I mean the worst it has ever been. Even worse than an Nephilim, which is very unsettling. It's a bred between demon genetics, has the whole world infected with evil and seconds.
The way a lot of clowns get down is unnatural.
They be with those weird people.
The way a lot of clowns get down is unnatural.
Walking around with that weird crew.
The way a lot of clowns get down is unnatural.
They be with those weird people.
The way a lot of clowns get down is unnatural.
Walking around with that weird crew.
The way a lot of clowns get down is unnatural.
They be with those weird people.
The way a lot of clowns get down is unnatural.
Walking around with that weird crew.
Everything is unnatural, everything is weird. Like having a Santa beard with big rings in the ears. Tribal tattoos, a primal aggression. Worshipping statues, a mind reflections. And when you least expect, an infection arises. Infect them with venom and left with the devil inside us. Kidnapping the body, overthrowing the soul. Now rapturing zombies, showing no control. Everything is unnatural, everything is weird. Like having a Santa beard with big rings in the ears. Tribal tattoos, a primal aggression. Worshipping statues, a mind reflections. When you least expect, an infection arises. Infect them with venom and left with the devil inside us. Kidnapping the body, overthrowing the soul. Now rapturing zombies, showing no control.
The way a lot of clowns get down is unnatural.
They be with those weird people.
The way a lot of clowns get down is unnatural.
Walking around with that weird crew.
The way a lot of clowns get down is unnatural.
Apocalyptic flex. No what's next. No second guess. Pride's through the issue.
Now around 6 months into the apocalyptic calendar, I got this rifle, a Glock, and a little silencer. Zombies got wilder, people getting violenter. So if a gun's pointed at you, ain't just to frighten ya. I met some fellow survivors, unlike the rest. Collectively discontent to be living in the Wild West. Still the infection spreads at rapid rates. How it was activated, we still have the base. Around the fireplace, cooking our rap steaks, reminiscing and wishing for them good old pancakes. And such things that have been taken up the shelf. Within a couple of months, much of the stuff was out. sell by dates, obviously ignored, just described as the fake hypocrisy at the store. Still I know there's more supplies to be found. I'm sure society's more than just the size of this town, he says in a sarcastic tone, as these mates appear more different than elastic and chrome, trying to achieve something harder than stretching mental, cause outside of the base you gotta pace extra careful, which is code name for definite danger, kinda like never see you again and see you later. I keep debating whether it's worth the risk, cause in this democracy we'll have a turn of being rich. It worked before, but we're on a safety wars, like which guy did what kind of basic chores, but this was a moment long awaited for, from our democracy. Now what you see is a dictator war.
I'm in command now, and I'm telling you that you work with what you got. And you better start showing me some results, or you won't have that very much longer.
How can we show you results when we don't have the proper working conditions?
We're in a desperate situation here. We need each other. Can't we just get along?
That's the way
Now this is a winner-takes-all power position. As the decisions be made, all the cowards are hidden. Well, I'm just sitting down, laying in the car, thinking to myself, which of these snakes can I trust? Already been thrust down 1,000 ladders when meddling in the affairs of all these alpha matters. But don't get it backwards, like we can defeat it. Like Michael Jackson, I've been telling these beaters to just beat it. So I think I just see how everything pans out. As long as he doesn't demand worship, thinking we're his fans now. And it's relatively stable, considering some of the things he's witnessed and done to fellow citizens. So yeah, I guess I'll be giving him my vote. After all, we know it's just a position for show. So in conclusion, to this chapter in survival, we agree to repent leader and a silent rival.
But you better start showing me some results, and you better not piss me off. You understand? Nothing happens around here without my knowing about it. I said shut up! Yes. All right, shut up! Just shut up, shut up, shut up!
Nah, I don't think this base is as safe as it might seem, due to leadership issues giving rise to a pride theme. For now I've seen a house that is divided, meaning all around will soon be falling down inside it. So I split along the journey for supplies. I said my goodbyes, then I was searching for the prize. The pie in the sky that had me searching through life. The only difference is the probability of being murdered would rise. But I guess that I never was a small risk taker. Correction, I was one of them not at all risk takers. Unless it was a death wish, of which I guess it is, then I could be considered a risk-taking specialist. As I had lived on society's fringes, we're living as best described on the death-defying risk tip. Yeah, I was a misfit, to state the obvious. It's like I just been waiting to find my place in the apocalypse. But it wasn't this, I mean with this community, as competitive streaks seem to show who you really be. See, everything was cool, acting democratic, until somebody wanted to rule, and now I cannot stand it. And as it appeared, they seemed to be acting so friendly, but now they seem to be having an ego clashing frenzy. Jealousy and envy, that's rooted in pride. At least the zombies got the excuse that he died. While humans thrive on a rise in power hunger, acting worse than zombies as we bite and devour one another.
Yes, selfish and greedy and personality conscious, and possession conscious and power conscious. These men didn't have any of this. You know, there's a great joy in having nothing. Do you know what the joy is in having nothing? You can't lose anything. If you have no opinion of yourself, nobody will ever humble you. If you sit on the floor, you can't fall.
What's going on in my sadistic brain? Yo, hiding in the apocalyptic plains. Don't wanna get killed, but I'm tribal. Red Indian type like, or cowboys that are cannibalistic. Can't you really see this? No privileges. Yeah, nevertheless, everybody is on the same playing field, and it be plain. It be the plains. It be the plains. Trying to maintain every day so strange. Trying to stay sane in a world full of insanity. Play the same game and know it ain't vanity. Ain't no need for that now. Yeah, now that we see so many people see what's going on, they wanna overpower that desire inside them to get higher, and they're frightened of what's in front of them, ahead of them, behind them, the past. Yo, trying to kill them like the future is. Can't you really see who the winner or loser is? Yeah, is that subjective? No, that's subjectivity. History repeating itself. Yo, it's not a mystery like eating itself. Can't you really see what's going on? Yo, I'm hiding in the plains, and I'm trying to maintain. Every day's a new struggle, and I'm trying to stay sane in the plains. Yo, I'm trying to stay sane. Every day's a new struggle, trying to maintain. New trouble? Yo, I should have said struggle. Yo, what's going on in this world, man? There ain't nothing but trouble ahead. Nevertheless, yo, I try to see what's going on. The anger inside needs to let go. Plus the temper type of. Doesn't even matter, check it out, yo. Cause I'ma write this down for those that wanna run around from a virus. Yo, having some fun now. Those bacterias is those parasites that be trying to take you out like assassins. Can't you really see they're not even asking you for the time? They just wanna get inside your mind and your brain. Yo, parasitic worms that's eating you like can't even see what's going on. Yeah, causing germs, getting inside your cerebral, making you evil, causing you to do violence to type of people that you can't even see. Yeah, all happens in the plains like that Red Indian chief and that cowboy. Can't forget that cowboy, that genocidal cowboy. Yeah, they wanna kill all the Indians, take everything they got. Yo, swap the tomahawks for guns. Yeah, then take the tomahawks back, or their guns back. Yeah, try to overcome that. One rapper, one man ain't better than the other man, cause the other man do to one man. If he had the power, can't even see what's going on, and everybody would try to devour. It's all about who got the most power, the most riches, the most cars, the most... Forgive me for saying that B word, but yo, what can I say, man? Yo, haven't I heard this before or that before? Every time I rhyme, sometimes I try to change my style like a southpaw to switch it up. Yeah, look at the people out there now, they wanna be getting the money because they gotta get that tick up. I'm fed up of walking into setup after setup, but I don't believe in fate, but I believe in faith. F-A-I-T-H. Should I really spell it for other people out there that really wanna try to tell it, just so you wouldn't get it mixed up? Yeah, just so many people out there that wanna just spend all their paycheck at the strip club. Yeah, wifey at home, they wanna be cheating. Yeah, faithful according to the opportunities they be receiving. Yeah, drifting, apocalyptic style. Doesn't even matter, check it. I got a sadistic smile. Jeffrey Dahmer, yeah, or Ted Bundy. Yeah, check it out. The drama getting wicked like Chuck D. Yeah, number one. Who be the person over there with the gun? Yeah, the man with the gun that has the power. Yeah, in an apocalyptic medieval type of setting. Can't you really see that? This is Armageddon. Yeah, Armageddon, are we heading? That be all over so quickly. Yeah, faster than Corona that came. Look at the people out there that can't even see that all happens on the plains. Yeah, happens on the plains. Every day's a new struggle. I try to maintain on the plains. I try to stay sane. Everybody wanna play the same game. Yeah, I try to stay sane in the world full of insanity. Rappers gotta use words of profanity. Death threats like murder your family. Yeah, twin deck cassette decks. I keep on spinning like those SP-1200s. Yeah, hundreds and thousands and millions of civilians come gather round and listen to to the sound of true and spiral Helix. Yeah, as we be coming back with a real. Yeah, it doesn't even matter. It could be the original or the remix. It doesn't even matter because you know you really gotta just check this and let this be a lesson to those MCs that wanna be testing. They wanna see what's going on out there to get blasted up like spaghetti western. Your emphasis on the spaghetti, what their guts look like. When I got the microphone, I leave them shoot like. Yeah, you can imagine now. A lot of these cats, they still bragging with that cocky smile. Knocked it out like Rocky Balboa when I get down with this. Doesn't even matter because now the smile turning with a frown with this. Check it, yeah.
On the plane.
Clean as a whistleblower with tons of dirty motors and a ton more venomous than 130 cobras. Rolling up roaches from broken ashtrays. Mixed emotions like happiness on a sad face. Leave you with a bad taste like vindictive shits. Misery fell in love with company. Had kids that were depressed. Stress the cause of death and it's all over. But the medical professional be sure to record it as corona. Oh no, we just been loads on a vaccine. But most of the youth are gonna refuse it. And that's mean. Extreme measures that may have to be taken. But a new stranger stepped in to say the day end, causing populations to panic and scream. And one at a time, running in line, getting the vaccine. The vaccine, a little too vague, man. But if you follow the cash, you unravel the great plan. As man is just on a madman quest to feverousness, get of the best and the rest. Philanthropist, flicking a bit of the crumbs, then they be getting it back with them government funds. Like nuns on the run, wear a righteous disguise. So don't be deceived by that light in the skies. Apparitions, is that Christ over there? Nah, that's Satan. Your sight very clear. It's time to beware. I mean, like never before. Nothing seems fair when you're like ever so poor. You can't afford the latest whatever. Liver trainers, entertainment and leisure. Like any change for the better. If you're not a believer, will always be stripes on a tiger and spots on a cheetah. Now tell me, can you see her? Jezebel, get you under her spell. Whore of Babylon, unraveling her hair. Deceiving the nations by sorceries, demon manifestations, and different forms of these sorts of diseases, mad coronas. And you don't have to be in the know for a man to notice. Notice, and the scripture defines last days as many difficult times here. That Jezebel get you under her spell, or a Babylon unraveling her hair, deceiving the nations by sorceries, demon manifestations, and different forms of these all sorts of diseases, mad coronas. You don't have to be in the know for a man to notice. But notice, as the scripture defines, the last days were many difficult times.
And the wilderness full of corpses and brittle bones.
Now I'm not sure I really want to call this my official home, where the sickest domes Roman hold the fort down just like 40 proud Roman soldiers. And this post-corona apocalyptic zone, they kept me locked down too long, so I gotta live alone. Yo, thieves in the dark, it's the night they own. People have teeth so sharp that they could bite from stone. Blown out of sight by demonic cyclones, a hurricane of pain, psychotic mind shown from the strain, make it hard to maintain. Even the sound is mine, now hardly stay sane, but it's the same as thousands of average kids managing the best as they be surrounded by savages, scavengers, of all shapes and sizes, the kind that can never pray, Lord make me righteous, or the kind that can never say they hate their vices, but they would always still pay, no matter if she raised their prices. That Jezebel, get you under her spell, or a Babylon, unraveling her hair, deceiving the nations by sorceries, demon manifestations, and different forms of these sorts of diseases. Mad coronas, don't have to be in the know for a man to notice. Notice, as the scripture defines, the last days were many difficult times. That Jezebel, get you under her spell, or a Babylon, unraveling her hair, deceiving the nations by sorceries, demon manifestations, and different forms of these sorts of diseases. Mad coronas, don't have to be in the know for a man to notice. Notice, as the scripture defines, the last days were many difficult times. That Jezebel, get you under her spell, that whore of Babylon, unraveling her hair, deceiving the nations by sorceries, demon manifestations, and different forms of these all sorts of diseases. Mad coronas, don't have to be in the know for a man to notice. Notice, as the scripture defines, the last days were many difficult times. Yeah, dirty and clean, clean and dirty, need to be redeemed. Lord have mercy, what we've heard and we've seen, chasing the American dream and other schemes. Life ain't what it seems, dirty or clean, need to be redeemed. Yeah, by the grace of Elohim, not the American dream. Check it, yeah. Never fit the stereotypes, they might judge me, but if I don't, they fear me and won't likely trust me. So this must be like a damned even way kicks, cause whether I do or don't, we just notice the same face, same taste, based on collective senses. They don't wanna see the chains break like an expensive necklace. Content prisoners of pressurized perception, and their vision is led into a den of lies and deception that goes against their own sense of what truth is. Next to accepting senseless executions, the illusion of choice that has a difference, losing a voice that they never really had to begin with. And a man with a chip on the shoulder is this man who resists that chip which goes in his wrist. And Corona was just a test to get started, handcrafted and sold at your local wet market to these blind bats. I know these gullible suckers traveling the land that Gulliver must have covered and colonizing another virus on the rise. It's rape and pillage or economically sodomizing the other guy who looks kinda like I do, a miniature head for an infrared sniper's rifle, while I try to live life through the Bible, pro-life and anti-suicidal. And screw a title or any grand position, you ain't no better than the man who got shanked in prison. While selfish ambition can only really lead to death. And if you don't believe, I suggest you go and read Macbeth. Feeding the flesh and continually feasting, not content in general, just wishing he could be king. Or the demons scheming, better be careful. Don't leave them with a reason to be possessing your vessel. Stay level-headed, gotta be giving thanks to Christ, not walking through this life and I wanna be gangster strife. But how can I survive the coming tribulations by having faith in nothing and just running from salvation? Hating others, yes, we must acknowledge this. I swear I'm not aware, but I know my subconscious is clean consciences and purified hearts. But for whose standards, I have to just ask. For every man is in darkness, regardless of views, hungry for their lust, but starved of the truth. Euthanize youth through education, left mentally dead, segregated in the basement. But the basic instructions to escape this corruption are done away with, pages chucked in the dustbin. Too much sin, not enough teaching in the gospel. The ugly stench within must be reaching God's nostrils. With regard to God's will, we're turning our noses up, reject his blessings, but expecting post-corona luck. Everyone's so corrupt, but just won't admit it. Our sins are like cold cases, ain't no way to be acquitted. Apart from him, who says that he really did it, confesses his heart within, it's like desperately wicked, and above all deceitful. Sure he didn't mean to, but then again could've let that sin like secretly deceive you and lead you on that really unrighteous path, the one that says good is evil and that light is dark. Self-righteous ask, but they do not receive. Within the unrighteous hearts, they really do not believe and anything else really other than themselves. The kind of traitor sees high to his neighbor and covered as a spouse. Yeah, his house as well, and even his car. If this was the 80s, maybe taking his VCR. Yo, class conflict and power struggles as the world's clock ticks towards the hour trouble. Definite article concerning the word D, a great tribulation, the worst that the world's seen or witness. Lawless sinners, we all did this in a world of disorder, ignoring his forgiveness and not willing to forgive. Yo, that just is nonsense, cause your lips agree with forgiveness as a concept, but your iniquity can never be forgetting or forgiven. You're the victim in the direction you're heading. Hey, cause we never be letting the other cheek turn. Thought it wasn't your lesson. ungodly. Yo, check it. People dying around me, I don't know what's up, but it's like all I wanna do is indulge my lust. And so much for the ability to reason, which isn't even needed if you're living like a heathen. Neither is your speech or anything much else, just another means for picking up south. Cover in a house with a car attached, carnivorous cravings like a starving cat. The flesh demands and the soul is an idiot. Here's the body calling, always giving into it. Swiftly too, like in a minute I'm through. Resist the given sin with a decision to do. True, it's just a moment of weakness, but had enough of these moments that I could compose a thesis with an A to Z list at the beginning and the list of destinations, maps of my sinnings. Honestly, are we using our body prop? Living ungodly, better off being a arm. For the body is a temple, for Christ is dwelling. Not for crimes like drug selling and never like a felon. Honestly, are we using our body prop? Living ungodly, better off being a arm. For the body is a temple, for Christ is dwelling. Not for crimes like drug selling and never like a felon. I'm planned addictions like teen pregnancies, left me feeling soulless like I was an empty me. Giving off weird energy, for one of a better pagan terms, but spoken to existence by the creator's word. Not saved by works, so I guess you then see, doesn't mean they're excluded like you shouldn't do any of these. But the lazy flesh would rather blaze the cess, sit larger, living large until it's day of death. When decay sets in, the fate's in the body, reap what your soul, so I know a race is a zombie. We're what you see without, matches within, body custom designed and fashioned by sin. Passions and appetites, desires and dreams, condensified and left inside your prior being. Minus the mind, the brain then functions by violent cravings and unrestrained corruption. Unrestrained corruption. Cause honestly, are we using our body prop? Living ungodly, better off being a dom. For the body is a temple, for Christ is dwelling. Not for crimes like drug selling, and living like a felon. Honestly, are we using our body prop? Living ungodly, better off being a dom. For the body is a temple, for Christ is dwelling. Not for crimes like drug selling, and living like a felon. The body becomes a dustbin as I had to go through years of lust and much trash at your disposal. Boastful, proud, narcissistic, overdosing on self. The heart is this sick and even sicker as it continues to crave. Lust intensifies, but the menu's the same. Flesh, yes, but more flesh. No rest for the wicked, walking in death. But alive to lust, the coveting senses, hunting the flesh. A zombie on a death wish, resurrected and corruptible bodies as a newly born bunch of young zombies. Honestly, you gotta be using a body prop. Living ungodly, better off being a dom. For the body is a temple, for Christ is dwelling. Not for crimes like drug selling, living like a felon. Honestly, you gotta be using a body prop. Living ungodly, better off being a dom. For the body is a temple, for Christ is dwelling. Not for crimes like drug selling, living like a felon.
Yeah, check, one. Yeah, living in a zombie kingdom. Who the king's son? Unruly, lawless, anarchy. Everybody bitten, can't you see? Nobody living, everybody dead. Man walking, stalking, just like the devil. Without the pitchforking, take it to a level. Creature of instinct, think quicker than a blink. See the people wanna sink like the kitchen. Can't even see what's going on, I'm not bitching. Living in a world apocalyptic. Cats are sadistic, more sadistic than zombies. Can't even see what's going on inside the mind. Y'all try to freeze, yeah, at ease, feel the breeze. The shiver down the spine, deliver rhymes. Never try to see society nowadays. Y'all ain't no civilians, or the civilians, they be killing them with the military. Y'all still be stalking like hawks and yeah, them men walking everywhere, repeating like Mayday. What's going on? Only God can save me from this bad situation I'm facing. Think to myself, what's going on? It's like I'm getting chased by Jason. Friday the 13th, yeah, many of them, yeah, plenty of them. Psychopathic, drastic, like dinosaurs in Jurassic. Is it fantastic? To some, but too gruesome for others. Just try to introduce them. How far from the New Jerusalem? Trying to get to, can you really see? You couldn't get through to any of these type of head, man. Yeah, because you're just talking to a dead man. Walking, can you really see? Off the top like Red Man. When I be spitting, ain't signed like Def Jam. Nevertheless, take it right back, right track. I gotta find and got the right map, cause there is no map. Yeah, solving the case like Kojak, but you don't need to be Columbo to know what's going on. You just need to be a Dumbo, and you can see with your own eyes. Yeah, people connected like phone lines, in a different type of mind. Yeah, not a mind, just body. bodily. Can't really see what's going on. Yo, it's wicked, like sodomy. Living in the last days. Yo, can't you really see that? Yo, I'm not amazed to believe that mankind is sunken, mad lower. The days of Noah, worse than the Nephilim. Step on them, beheading them. Lyrical guillotine, killing fiends. Ella than David. Yo, when he killed the Philistines, gigantic. Start sinking like the Titanic type of ship. Grab the microphone. Yo, light the split. Yo, light your dome at the same time. Insane rhyme that will shatter any rapper with their vain minds. Wanna be thinking like Ecclesiastes. When I grab the microphone, bomb MCs like exactly. Got the Walkman and the batteries. That's what you need in the apocalypse. No electricity. Can't you really see just hostility? Everywhere in the air. Feel the pollution. Moral, yeah, and physical. Literal and spiritual. Criminals everywhere. Yeah, you can breathe the air and taste the same. Play the same game as Satan. Trying to maintain. See what they're hating. See all the people that wanna frame the pictures. Y'all wanna see what's going on and nobody wanna read the scriptures. Y'all be reading scriptures. Y'all meditating. Y'all think to myself, does God still save men in these days in? Or do we miss the rapture? Y'all check it out, what's going on? Can I get some answers? Please, Lord. Y'all, because my life is evil like I was walking on a gigantic Ouija board. With zombies everywhere. Y'all, can you really see me more? Y'all, as I be walking in. Y'all walking into my own sin. Think to myself, what's going on? Yeah, all these grown men chasing me, trying to be beating me, trying to be eating me. For real, can't you really see that? Yeah, flesh got mad appeal to these guys. Yeah, can't you really see these homicides that be committed? Not suicides, even if you did it. Suicide turned to homicidal. Y'all grab the microphone, killing all your idols and rivals. Everybody in sight will. Y'all just die will. You can't even know what's going on, no time will. Y'all amoral, no morality, no conscience inside. Y'all no mind. Y'all to try to guide, no spirit. Y'all just bodily functions. Can you hear it? Just the brain with a few memories trying to contain. Can't you really see like when you was drinking Hennessy? Maybe you're just a brain with memories of you gone crazy. Can you remember? Yo, ill like September or December. Can't really see what's going on like November, October, any month, any blunt, blazing. Sit back, relax, slap any punk in the face again. Play to win in this game of life. Put your soul on ice, frozen like the saw poltergeist. Supposing you was on my shoes, drove for the dice. Yo, with the triple sixes, triple fishes. That's how I see the world. Yeah, man, woman, boy, girl, don't matter. Nobody to be trusted. Yeah, constantly dusted, blasting like a musket. Yeah, smell a mustard on a hot dog. Yo, don't trust nobody if it's not God. You can't see what's going on. It was not hard to not be trusted, but not trust too. Yeah, looking at the people out there. Y'all thinking stuff you. That's what they be thinking. Acting good on the outside so they can get all my goods. Understood all my supplies. Yo, what's going on? We're living in the end times. Yo, dirty like the inside of intestines. MCs can't see what's going on. Made up of more than just enzymes. Yeah, the spirit inside. Yo, put the spirit gone of these guys. You can really see what's going on. Eat them up like fries. Yo, that's their motto. In it to win it like lotto. That's my motto. I'm survival. Dead on arrival. No way. Think to myself, what's going on? Mayday. Yo, don't need them more way. Yo, cause nothing else can save ya other than the savior. Yeah, danger, danger. Everywhere. The air. Still the same. Feel the pain. Yeah, as it reach inside your cranium and try to steal your brain.
Y'all trying to be the looking for that escape room. Looking for that escape room.
Ate some shrooms and some acid and done some speed, and now you're feeling so cool. You're feeling irate, now yes indeed.
You're looking for escape. You're looking for escape. But what you gonna do when it's checkmate? That's the fate. You're looking for escape. But what you gonna do when it's checkmate? That's the fate.
Yo, I can't wait to exaggerate. Whack MCs that wanna try to play your hate. Stay awake from the speed, yes indeed. They want some more coke, more dope, yo, because they're feeling so awful inside. Yo, no pride, no dignity, nothing. Yo, but pride is evil anyway, you wouldn't want it. Yo, always getting hunted by the devil like it was the law. Careful, know what you saw. Another temptation gave in. Yo, lungs are like raisins from blazing up so many substances. Yo, what the heck is this? I need deliverance. Exorcist, stop, so check it. Your head is twisted and so sadistic and so like a misfit. You know I just missed it. What's that? Another opportunity. I feel like I'm I'm on the verge of lunacy. Real life, y'all in the padded room, looking at the people and they say he's evil, but they're evil too. So it's the evil dude treated by other evil dudes. Now what the heck? Now evil too. Yo, evil what? Evil this. Yo, but the people miss the main point, the evilness inside. Where did it come from? Yo, that's the pride. That's the other people trying to say that was a homicide.
Suicide is a suicide.
Living in this room, it's just you and I. But wait a minute, it's just me. Yeah, but I'm split personality. Like there was two of me, different realities, living in a different past, the different present, the different future. Yo, as I'ma see the loser and the winner, they come together to make a sinner. They're thinking that he's clever, just a beginner, an amateur trying to be a pro. What do you know? Obviously it's like, there goes the camera, so I break the lenses. Faith and repentance is what we need. Yes indeed, who's that? Nothing to lose. Y'all temper with the fuse that is shorter than any dwarf man that wanna try to walk and take another look. From Auckland I beat the crook, throw books like judges, big grudges like stuff this, and if they try to grab the mic I'm like stuff this again. Yo, I bring the ruckus and I don't need no pen because you know you can't touch this. All these suckers that I see, y'all they really thinking they can put me back in custody.
But yes I be the person on the MIC that's trying to escape, y'all. That's trying to escape, y'all. I'm just trying to escape. I'm just trying to escape my fate. Every night I just stay awake, trying to escape. I'm just trying to escape the fate. So every night I just stay awake.
Yeah, so why you trying to play it hate? Yo, why you trying to see me on the microphone, trying to just make my fate? Not nice, roll dice. Never see people looking at me like, yo, the road's nice. And I throw dice again, yo, from mice to men. Yo, I keep on walking in this, keep on struggling. Yo, keep on hustling, but my name ain't Rusty. So looking at the people eating up my Frosties. Yeah, in the morning, yo, with some toast. And then I go to school and start to boast. Wait a minute, that's the past that I'm living in. We're now in the present, that was about 20 years ago. And it's evident.
Schizophrenic, aggressive, on the mic that I address this. All sorts of issues, I got the cyclops on the mic, I'm the cyborg. Yeah, I don't care what you're doing, cause you know you get ruined, and that's my word. My word, is that rhyme for cyborg? I'm quite bored, so I'll be freestyling up the top and let you know what's going on, cause I got so many rhymes inside my mind, but I don't even know if it's a lie, cause I need to stop reading more. Yeah, once people be playing on the Ouija board, I gotta be digging in my crates and in the books. Yeah, I'm spitting out fire. People give me the evil looks of jealousy and envy. These MCs are jealous because their rhymes are whack, and I hijack. Yeah, the mic stage doesn't matter because you know I get in some kind of rage. Yeah, fitting MCs can't see what's going on because you know that I ain't bullshitting with the full clip in that lyrical gun now. MCs wanna play me on a microphone and get stuck like gum now. After the freaking table, I'm able to come into my own zone. Like the ozone, they wanna be saving instead of this soul. Can't you really see the ozone? You need to be letting it go. Saving the whales and the trees. Yeah, saving MCs, cause I'll be killing them at ease. Please, with guillotines as I come through like the breeze and come through MCs into their own knees, praying to the most high. Jehovah's son, yeah, wanna be gangster when I hold the gun. Do that gangster pose and the B-boy dancing. See them other people out there behind, murderers like dancing. You can't even see what's going on because they don't wanna be dancing with the devil. You're all close to the fire and it's just a treble. Hit the mic quite clear. Is it an American dream or a British nightmare? Or is it both? Coming like, doesn't even matter. These MCs out there really thinking they can do it, but they really be running like all their lives. Everybody wanna see what's going on, but they don't wanna be seeing the Lord Christ. The only way to be saved from all the play parts. Wanna be brave parts, yeah. Like now getting to the fiction. Can't you really see the benedictions? It's only going out to the most high God. The MCs wanna see what's going on out there. They say that's my God, the personalizing, being subjective. Like everybody got their own gods, idols inside the heart. Images, false images that are kinda dark. Y'all like Catholicism, y'all, but I don't really care, cause you know when I spit rhymes, I got a lot of rhythms. Other people can't even see because I got a lot of decisions, a lot of choices, which make life really hard. Y'all rather only have a few, cause that way, y'all responsibilities are down to a bare minimum. Look at these people out there, they're acting like it's unfair. Criminals taking over the world, obviously you're not even over there. Need a little bit of this and a little bit of that, it's called balance. Looking at the people, what, a little bit of balance? moderation. Not all about salvation, only one way. Forget the gunplay, y'all the verbal gunplay. I'm talking about the lyrical psycho. Still stalking you out when you least expect it. People get wrecked quick. Y'all come out the blue and I pounce. That's what they all say, and then you bring the laws of the land. Because my brain will be never locked in a cage, you see, like that. Cause Christ set me free from that spiritual slavery, and that's the way it be.
Just the accent I rap with, I do it forwards and backwards. I lack this, while other people still lack words. Y'all cracking all the passwords on broken laptops, where you be smoking crack rock, thinking to yourself that's hot, but that's not what you really thought it was. It's a blur. Yeah, in the beginning was the word, and the word was with him. There's only one way to be forgiven. Forget what others say. It's all about what the sun says, and then if I build a church on a Sunday, even if you thought that it was about looking at the people out there and I thought to myself what's going on, but it wasn't now. Some of this and some of that. Who be the people in the world that want to be running that, like the running backs? They think they can have their own, have their fun, have their cake and eat it. They want to do something else, want to keep it secret. You better beat it like Michael Jackson. And any white or a black thing, as I be doing what I gotta do in the microphone, let you know what's going on inside my dome. Inside my dome, I write a poem. Ain't no need to rehearse it. They hit us like a bubble. You're in trouble when I burst it, like big egos. Other people that never really see those. Yeah, incognito. I'm going deep cover, looking at life through the eye of a needle, like that camel that try to get into heaven. Yeah, different resurrection. The only entrance in. But we never be entering. Think to ourselves what's going on and I need to repent again. How many times can one man repent? Yo, the righteous man fall down 7 times, so they keep on getting back up, only to fall back down again. Yo, goes round and round again, like the book of Judges, bearing grudges. I think stuff this, I bring the ruckus to anybody that really want to try this. Yo, what's going on in the world all time, because we want to live our life self-righteous. The Christ is, yeah, the only way that I can really do this, but I'm just a hypocrite and an idiot combined. I'm a shiver down your spine, I'm everything that you hate. I'm the epitome of hate. Yeah, I got no love, just a low life, no kids, no wife. Yeah, just a gutter rat. Couldn't care about what you think about, some of this and some of that. Yeah, I'm just that wick cat. Yeah, having a break like a Kit Kat. Stay fresh like Tic Tac. Eating Big Macs if you got beef. Like it at the front teeth, but they were golden. Yeah, as I be driving around in a stolen Holden. Yeah, fresh on paroled. You know what's going on inside my mind state? Yeah, is it because of me that the crime rate goes on the uprise? I cut ties with so-called tough guys and other people that really want to tell enough lies to make Pinocchio's nose grow. Yeah, cause I'm gonna do what I got to do out there. Man, I got no dough. Still broke at the age of over 40 something. Looking at the people over there, say he ought to be something. He ought to be something, but he's not. He ought to be married. He ought to have some kids. He ought to have a good job. He ought to have his own house and all the rest of these things. He ought to have some diamond rings to give to his new wife. He ought to have a new life. Yeah, I've been through strife only to go through more strife. Think to myself, there's only one Christ. There's not more Christ to choose from. If you have more choices, you still be choosing and choosing and choosing and go to sleep and snoozing after sleep. I never stop the beat, it just keep on rhyming. Yeah, it doesn't even matter because you know we gotta keep it scary like The Shining, cause I'm in a different state of mind. Yeah, I do what I gotta do because I know they'll be afraid of mine. As I'ma take it back to 1989. Yeah, I think to myself, was that really the days of innocence? Yeah, the days before I went. Yeah.
I wanna come through to the one-man cipher. Doesn't even matter if you don't like the rhymes go round and round. Come back pound for pound, smacking MCs down. Kick back with my feet down or feet up. Don't need to be burning the weed up or getting the speed up the nostril. Gotta be preaching the gospel. Baptist practice doctrine with a Pentecostal to the masses out there that wanna be living hostile. Just like me, minister society, get it shiesty MC. I don't care if they don't like me. Still trying to be something that I'm not, something that I was, or something that I weren't. Everybody getting burned, but who is something? Who wanna be something anyway? What's the identity that they want to be and the identity that they just portray? There's a difference between them. I wouldn't even try to be misleading or be cheating like kids trick-or-treating, not even knowing that they're wearing a mask, and the mask they be wearing now is for real. Stopping you from diseases that might fail. Get inside your mind and stop peeling your skin off until you're looking like a patient. Y'all with skin cancer, the worst type. Doesn't even matter, let me grab the microphone. The first mic is all I need. I'm guaranteed to proceed, and I don't really care what's making your nose bleed.
it must be disease. It must be disease, the reason why I sneeze. The reason why I do a lot of things, it must be disease. The reason why I sit back, relax, with the split sack, perhaps in a sick pack. Maybe that's a disease too. The disease called sin, the disease called evil. You can even see like evil can evil. Pull many stunts and many blunts and beers. Sit back, relax, and might punch a queer. Nah, I don't wanna be like that, the big bully. Who is he? Grab the microphone and get busy. Yeah, I don't need to be packing no tools, to be smacking no fools on the microphone and just strangle him with a mic cord if I was quite bored. Now I don't wanna be doing that either. Is that just a dream? If that's a dream, then I'm just some wicked type of dreamer. I guess I'm just a sinner from the start. I need to be given another heart, another beginner. Can't you really see another chance? Everybody in the same boat, they're sinking like the Titanic. Wanna go into the little boat, now they're quite frantic. When they're hitting an iceberg, because they don't even know what's going on, because they wanna listen to Christ's words. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with Him. The only way to be forgiven for all our many years of sinning. Can't you really see that we all need a new beginning? Yeah, the New Jerusalem. Try to enter, phone on the flesh like a splinter. Hip-hop ninja, in the dark like Shinobi. You don't even know me, my rhymes will be keeping low-key. The category doesn't even matter, to God be the glory. It's gotta be the right way from night to day. Gotta be living my life the righteous way. And I might betray something that I'm not, but that's not even me. Can't you even see I'm trying to stay alive like the Bee Gees? Yeah, whoever that is, trying to be getting the status, trying to be getting the money because they want to see all the cashes, making the life better. But doesn't even matter, the cash might get you some nice trainer and some nice sweater. But that's all you're gonna get in the end, so pathetic. Can't take it with you when you're dead, like your liver and your kidney. How many MCs wanna be kidding, but they can't even see what's going on out there because they wanna be hip G? Yeah, but that's disease. They're scared of this disease. This disease be killing many MCs. Creeping in your houses, creeping in your towns, getting rid of other people. How you liking me now? Punching the lights out when you least expect it. Disease be coming back and the situation is hectic. Then it be coming back, you thought it was dead. Then it come resurrected and kill some more people. Then I take the exit and leave again. You don't even know where the disease, you could be breathing it in right now. And in spite of your mask, in spite of the glass in front of you, in spite of all the people out there, in spite of the person that wants to punch you in the face with disease on his knuckles. Your old disease on the buckle of my belt when I put it on. My trousers, on my pants, whatever you wanna call this. Take a dance and allow this to enter, your placenta. And then you got the disease coming right inside you. You're getting rid of your inner parts, and now you're feeling the pain. Now you see them other people out there going down the drain. Like the life is first timers, and now they're screaming out, man, I hate China. But why they wanna be doing something out there with their fake designer? It's not about China, it's about the world leaders. World leaders all the same, so don't blame the people for what the leaders say, cause the leaders say something to lead us astray. They're always trying to deceive us anyway from the end. You can't even see them other people out there that wanna be living like mischievous. The devil's agents, you can't even see it, but you can smell the fragrance all around. You see them other people, layers upon layers like onions. You get into the crust and you see what's going on, it's just rotten to the core. But on the outside you're not sure. Peel another layer off and then you're getting more and more sure as you go through another door and you see another person who wanna change like a southpaw. Say, I thought you were that style, but now you'll be this style. I thought you were smoking weed, but now he's doing the crystal. Thought he was doing the liquor, but now he got some missile. Shooting MCs on the microphone, gotta be official. Yeah, I'm not even trying to diss as I come through and smack an MC with an iron fist. Trying to run things like a Zionist. No, it's not me, not trying to be getting high with this on the microphone. I'm not trying to say that I be the flyers, because I'm not far from. Matter of fact, I'm just a peasant that be starving. I'm just a beggar, telling other beggars where some bread is. Don't you ever forget this. Yeah, we never even try to be better.
On the mellow tip, on the mellow tip. So check it out now. MCs wanna see reality from a different type of area. Yeah, doesn't even matter because you know they're like a carrier of corona, contagious viruses over or Ebola. Yeah, evil eye, these cats be coming back at ya. They see what's going on out there cause you know they wanna attack ya. Forcing you to take the vaccine, and if you don't take the vaccine, then some more scaremongering. Yo, say look at all the people dying over there, they're just falling down by the minute to the second. So you know you better take the vaccine, cause we've invested so much money in this vaccine. Yeah, and if you don't take it, then we're gonna lose. The economy's gonna fall down and it's gonna affect you. So you better take it, yeah, you better take it. Some people be like, yo, but the vaccines are free. I'm like, really? Somebody's paying for them somewhere along the line, you stupid silly Billy. Can't you really see that? Yo, maybe these MCs better
off with that pack and a filly. Instead of trying to think about drink you out under the table. So I don't even try to see something else out there, cause I'm not able to think about logic, cause I already lost it. Y'all, this ain't no secret knowledge like I was a Gnostic. Now it's available for anybody that put the time in. And everybody out there that wanna put the time in. They'd rather someone else be rhyming or preaching. Y'all, they'd rather be looking for a reason. Y'all, or just reading what some other dudes say. The internet, but I intercept all that phony knowledge MCs out there. Doesn't matter whether you went to college. Yeah, it's about putting the time in. Study to show yourself improved. Same thing with rhyming. Yeah, writing, lyric writing all the time. Yo, cats can't even see that. Yo, read the small prints on the line, and you will see what's going on inside the mind of the next man that wanna manifest it. So the other man can come and read after him when I come like a natural disaster again on the supernatural channel. Is everything grim? Yeah, grim if you don't believe, but if you believe, then it's far from grim. Can't you really see that it ain't gonna get dark again? For those in the light that walk in the light in Christ, can't you really see that? Y'all die for the sense of awe, mankind being depraved ever since the fall. I know they don't like those words, so just depravity, sin, iniquity, and insanity. They think to themselves, yo, that's just negative. They'd rather use something else out there like pessimists. If they must, but they'd rather be positive. You understand, but that ain't just what it is. In this modern day, we are cosmopolitan metropolis, countdown to apocalypse. Are you ready for that? Fall back like you was pushed. MCs don't even see what's going on. Yeah, stupid like Bush was and Reagan. Yeah, so why they wanna blame Trump and everybody hating out there? They're like, what? Yeah, he's stuck up for Trump. Yo, he must be a racist. How can you say that one equates with that automatically? These whack MCs. I got no brain inside the cranium. What's going on? So lyrically, I'm aiming straight for that brain again. Let me see. Why? Maybe it was the size of a raisin, or maybe the reality was something that they couldn't even see. Maybe they just had no decency. What the reason be? Age of the spirit, the age of reason, the enlightenment. Can you really see that? The devil be deceiving men from the get-go. Y'all wanna get inside them with his legions of demons that be scheming in the last days. You can feel the heart racing all the time as you be locked in a basement. And the basic instruction is the only way to be safe from the corruption. Mankind is stepping on landmines all the time and they can't even see right in front of them. And man, I won't even trust every one of them because I know some of them, I know some of them, now I know all of them. If you know one of them, you know all of them. Ever since the fall of them, the fall of Adam. Yo, cause man would rather have an orgasm, yo, or do anything else. Yo, make wealth. Yeah, I mean anything apart from Christ. He'd rather be living a dark life. But I can't really talk cause I'm just one of them. That's why I don't trust none of them, not even some of them. Cause everybody's hustling and everybody talk about they just suffering so much. The man was born for suffering as the sparks fly upwards. Read God's word. Yo, more definition than Oxford Dictionary. This is scary when I think about it. Think about so many people out there that always trying to accept the counterfeit. They'd rather embrace it, rather take a picture and try to just frame it. But they've been framed for other things, other crimes. Yeah, like stealing diamond rings. Yeah, dropping dimes on your best friends. Yeah, doesn't even matter what they're doing out there. Think to myself what's going on because you know it must end. What's that? All the trash inside. Everybody wanna see what's going on, so they revisit the crash site. Yeah, to see if they can find any evidence. The fingerprints all over the crime scene. Even if you said it wasn't me, my mind's clean. Yeah, my body is like a zombie. Yeah, I'm walking around like lusting after flesh. Yeah, but flesh is the cause of death, like the wages, contagious like diseases. You see the only remedy is in Christ Jesus. Yeah, shot the sheriff came back, especially for the deputy. And everybody else can even see nothing for weaponry. I gotta bring the action. Yeah, cause I do what I got to do out there. Cause you know I got no time to wax on or wax off. All up in your head like dandruff. So many people can't even see what's going on. I wanna call this man's bluff. Yeah, cause I always be threatening. I play it like a game of Tekken. No respecting, but not respect you. And everybody wanna talk about they respect you, but they don't really. Yeah, they're using flattery. Assault to battery ain't hard to see. Yeah, if you could open up their skin and take a look inside their real arteries and see what was really running through their blood, you would see that there was just some wannabe thug looking all that trash. And everybody wanna be trying to be making all that cash. They can't even see what's going on inside the real mind. I'm not even trying to see other people out there that commit real crimes. I'm not even trying to be a bragger or boast
poster. Doing crazy stuff I'm not supposed to. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Don't get it twisted, just like a roller coaster. Yeah, I talk all the same talk. A lot of people out there, they can't even see that I'm the same dog. Yeah, the age of reason. Yeah, there ain't enlightenment. There ain't no people out there that wanna be deceiving. Yeah, the age of the spirit, that the spirit be guiding. Yeah, but so many people rather be simple like Simon.
Yeah. What's going on in this world today? We should really be on our knees. To Jesus we pray, each and every day. You see the clouds, because the skies are looking gray. Christ can still save, set us free from the spiritual migraine. The problem is, we like pain and a form of pleasure. People never see what's going on out there, cause I never say never. Like Mayweather, people get kinda cocky, but rather be humble like Rocky. See the opponent and study him properly, to see if you can take out the enemy the right way with the heavenly weaponry, to be given a new identity in the heavenly places. Instead of looking for this oasis on this euphoric planet that doesn't exist, you like how planet be in my imagination, please. Witnesses is everywhere, in the form of CCTV, Big Brother undercover, and a nanny state. Can't wait to disintegrate and turn you into an ash man. What you wanna see, because people treat you like a trash can. You're the dirty dumpster. It doesn't even matter to check it out, because you know lyrically I might thump you. Like bass lines, fatter than your wife's waistline. Might waste time on the microphone, let you know what's going on, because everybody wanna have a great time. With the grapevine, I destroy rumors. They get into people's brains and they infect them like spiritual tumors. Who can see what's going on? Nobody really cares, cause they're talking all that bull like survival of the strong. Eugenics, skeptics, see so many cats out there can't even accept it. What's going on is a different type of reality that the media sees, that the media teaches, and people believe this because they believe what they see. As soon as they mention Corona, people was like, yeah, we believe ya, media, but we can't even see all the evidence statistics. Yeah, it could have been people dying of the flu too. Like, what's going on, man? I think I'll look up a video on YouTube and that will be my reality. That would be everything. That would be my evidence and anything. But I don't even care, because yo, you haven't really got anything in the end. Yeah, so who can be your friend? Who can be your brother? Through times of trials and tribulations. See so many cats, but there's only one God that I put my faith in. So many people are faking. So many cats out there making mistakes and prayer hating. Yeah, I grab the spiritual razor blade and get rid of these demons, because you know I gotta get mine. Get mine? No, that's the problem. Getting ours. Thinking to yourself, man. Yourself, man. You see, South need to be taken off the shelf. Quick, fast. Ski mask. Identity crisis. Weed in the P-blast. I know they like this. The path of the righteous or the path of the sick. You see what's going on, because inside I feel like I'm mentally a lunatic. Might flip like the Incredible Hulk. David Banner with the spanner. Let me grab the mic and see like Hosanna. I'm singing to the King of Israel. This I tell. So many cats can't see. Yeah, the real reality. Real reality. My broken English won't distinguish words that I use with the flames coming inside your brain, and I know you can't extinguish. Even if you try to say, by the way, that I mention any name out there, nah, cause it ain't about mentioning names, it's about redemption.
Kinda free is this, MCs wanna see me, doesn't even matter, y'all still got the baggy jeans and the beanie. If he did this, is I'ma start ripping remixes. MCs never see what's going on inside, a different reality, a different mind. Your personality split like yo, multiple decisions that they wanna make with different choices, all kinds of voices, like Rolls Royce. I stay yo, synthetic, and MCs can't even see what's going on because the mind is so pathetic. But you want the real, and real is something that they can't seem to feel, because they really wanna get that appeal. Crowd pleasers, nothing but loud geezers on the surface. Can't even see what's going on inside the mind. Hatred is equated to murder. Can't you really see that? So why you wanna take the hatred further? All the anger without cause, the lawless one. You wanna be following? Look at the other people with a pride. You wanna be swallowing that and think to yourself, humility, yes you need humility instead of greed, yes indeed. Cause I proceed, yeah, and keep on proceeding. Think to myself, I gotta be keep on keeping. Yeah, people can't even see we keep on reaping what we
we sowing, living in the deep end without even knowing that we there. Yo, surrounded by despair and all types of things. Think to yourself what's going on, and rhyming brings success and failure at the same time. Think to myself what's going on in an insane mind. Yo, the game's fine, what game? Doesn't even matter. Think to myself, yo, it's all the same. People want the Hall of Fame, get their name recognized, open up the eyes, but they really need to be chastised. Backslide down a crack pipe, that might be, yo, some person out there, and it's likely to be me if I keep on. Think to myself what's going on out there, yo, I gotta be putting my feet on the right table. It's like my mind's not even able. Think to myself what's going on, I'd rather just be lazy, watching cable, eating popcorn. Think to myself what's going on out there, yo, it's not swarming like Norman Bates and all the papes I collect. Think to myself what's going on, hit the deck like Inspector, yo, crazy like the hip-hop Hannibal Lecter, leave an MC on a stretch, I bet you, but you got away with it. The things that we do in the name of entertainment, to be excusing it, moving the excuse and shifting the blame like scapegoats. Doesn't even matter out there, check it out, because they wanna be jacking rainbows like gay folks, and think to themselves what's going on out there. I'm like some insane joker, yo, the joker like the naughty by nature. On the microphone they wanna slaughter me, swarming like all sorts of bees that be killing, and MCs wanna make that million from New Zealand. You can't even be feeling the pain still in the game. I be seeing these people out there, they still the same as I thought about. Doesn't even matter, cause I ought to be doing my slaughter now. What's that? Yeah, they talk about this and talk about that without the walkabout. It's just hypocrite or hypocrisy. In this modern day democracy, there's a lot of things that's not for me, and there's a lot of situations that would love to be getting on top of me, but I can't be letting them, cause it's like letting Armageddon into your future. Think to yourself, am I a winner or am I a loser? Is it really that black and white, like male, female, no one hermaphrodite? Looking at the people, ain't even got the appetite. So I think to myself, am I even rapping right? Should I kidnap the mic and hold it for a ransom? Yo, and the speakers be paying it. Doesn't even matter, because you need to be saying it and spraying it. The conclusion, no conclusion, just more confusion. Life is like a bitch, and the bitch is an illusion. That you see over there, yes, it's my high pitch voices and different choices, more than multiple, with decisions out there. And you know a fool wanna be taking in many other woes of any fool that wanna be breaking the rules and thinking he's coolin'. Back in schooling, used to be doing that, next minute he's working in the factory. Yeah, and the person he used to take the piss out of is his boss, and I doubt that. Yo, you know that life, that's what happens when you backslide and keep on falling, and keep on falling and falling, and don't wanna let the Lord in, wake it up in the morning, and I gotta be reading the Bible, taking up my cross like a true disciple, instead of thinking to myself, man, I'm living suicidal. That self-destruction when you push that button and thinking that you're something when you're nothing. I'm not fronting, I've had enough of it, and I've been thinking to myself out there, yo, if the glove will fit, then I gotta be wearing it, and not caring what they really think of me, because they're thinking that I'm still in the state of juvenile delinquency. That creep with me and see me beat these MCs easily, and a defeated position is where they really need to be. Looking at me now, thinking they can beat me like easily, but I don't really care, because you wanna be deceiving me, but deceitfulness is something that I can see through, and I can see it like a preview before the video. Yo, think to myself, what's the scenario? These MCs, I eat them up like Cheerios or some other cereal killer. I'm iller than the thriller of Manila, yes I'm that. Yo, Muhammad Ali type. Yeah, you could be the Joe Frazier. You know danger is what you're gonna get when you get knocked out. Looking at me like I was nothing but a high school dropout. I may have been, but what may have been doesn't even stay on the scene. So check it out, you think it does, they think it can't change, you know what I mean?
Yeah, watch out for the zombie killer, iller than a thriller in Manila, the main event. MCs better repent on both knees, forget trophies he tried to make. Life feels like it's just a mistake, but that's according to an atheist, which is fake. That's just the way they live. Not want to be accountable to a God, obviously they just want to believe a lot of fools. Impossible, with strong delusions, get you really see, causing a lot of confusion. Besides the mind state, the crime rate still rise, and you thinking that you're nice inside, thinking that man is just a good guy. Yeah, and you should try being even better. But what you wanna do is read Paul's letters. Yeah, to the Ephesians, believe it. Look at Corinthians and see what's going on. Obviously, we're not resisting sin the way that we should, because we can't. Because you see, our hearts are too hard. Yeah, and get you you really see light? Yeah, can't you really see what's going on? I see light, but in this world it's just apocalyptic. Lots of sadistic misfits walk around with rounds on the mug again. You still wanna get robbed for your stuff again? Maybe lucky to survive, lucky to stay alive. See what's going on, but obviously luck ain't really involved. Yo, yes it is if your problem ain't solved. But putting your trust and faith in the maker, cause they don't wanna believe in the creator. So they wanna believe in anything else. Next minute, y'all they believing in zombies. Y'all worshiping zombies, obviously. Y'all see what's going on, but obviously it's not properly. Cause man trying to make his own resurrection. Can never see what's going on in the section. Trying to make a connection to the afterlife. Yeah, trying to be in control. But he forgot to think about the soul. The soul that got separated. Y'all can't you really see? Never make it without the soul. Soul never hesitated. But soul hesitated. Soul making all the moral choices. Soul stand before God. Obviously you see what's going on. Thinking that the soul's odd. Or thinking that I'm so odd. Talking about the soul. But let me tell, who's got control? Yo, who wanna sell? The soul to and why? One for the price. And everybody gonna die. Yo, but they don't wanna turn into the walking dead. Trying to just say a concern. What's going on inside their head? Already dead now. Yo, no spirit inside. Spirit's what connects to Christ. Connects to the Lord, the maker, creator, the regenerator that gives you life like an elevator with electricity bringing you up to the next level. See so many people wanna worship the devil without even knowing which way they're going. Got the microphone in your brain getting blown like a zombie G. Doesn't even matter cause they wanna be robbing me for all my money and my property. But now currency is worthless ever since the curse was shot. Rid of all the people on the earth quick. Yeah, 2/3 like a big plague. Can't really see what's going on. It seems like yesterday seems like today and so forth. Yeah, no calendar, apocalyptic. Yeah, lots of statistic misfits. Already told you before. Looking at the soldiers at war. Yeah, they're like military. Got the guns in the armory. Doesn't matter, yo. Is that the army see? No, it's not just men in army fatigue. Don't wanna be robbing me. Wanna take my property and the rest of my supplies. Yeah, but you better recognize that I'll be coming back on the uprise. And I can care less about tough guys. And I'll be coming like Rambo to give you an example. Apocalyptic coming back at you. Now it doesn't even matter cause you know I might just attack you from any damn angle. Yeah, because they're not believing in anything. Yeah, believing in anything. And everybody like the Nephilim. Yeah, worshiping self, nothing higher than worshiping Leviathan without knowing it. Yeah, Leviathan, accepting all the worship. Yeah, in the form of a demon. Even the man really thought he could get even. But nevertheless, he still believe in himself. Forget self. Self needs to be taken off the shelf. But somebody else wanna take it. Feeling so frustrated. Every day you wake up like, can I really make it? Can I survive? Can I try to get by? Because the motto live and let die. Or live and let live. But no one wanna let you live. And nobody wanna turn the other cheek or forgive. Or nobody wanna give you anything, we just give. Everybody wanna try to take like leeches. Yeah, killing MCs like leeches. Down the mouth, suffocated. MCs out there, roundabout. Yeah, enough to make it another damn day. Think to myself, yo, I really gotta say, gotta be on my way, gotta be on my way. Gotta do what I got to do, gotta do my job today. What's that? Yo, jobless, no employment. Everybody try to say what's going on. Avoid it. Yo, like the apocalypse, avoid it. Like some other tips, exploit it. Like scholarships, educated. Looking at the people thinking that I shouldn't have hesitated. Never make it to see another day. That's what they said last year and the year before. Yo, weird and raw, come together in. Yo, dumb and clever in. Never really thought that you could just run like adrenaline. Keep running. Looking at the people really thinking that they're coming to a different type of soul. Yo, all I really need is the microphone, but there's no electricity now. Yo, just a stability now. But I got the vacuum powered. Yo, really to devour MCs out there. Yo, put them to work in a factory like cowards. Yo, don't wanna hide away. Yo, everybody wanna do the wrong and the right way. At the same time, fix the both roads. Yo, philosophy, can't you see what's going on? Say an apology to one world or the other. Try to accept it, living in the other undercover. Now why you wanna do that, my brother, my sister? Never try to resist the temptation right in front of you. If you were more people, would you trust every one of you? Or would you be all evil? Think to myself, I'll never be coming back like a sequel. They wanna be attacking people because that's evil. Yo, that's not right, that's not nice, and that's not right. Yo, now how do we know right? Who gave us that? How do we know what is a low life and what is not? How do we know what is no life to live? Think to myself, what's going on? Why does every man thinking it's a good idea to forgive, but never be forgiven? Think to myself, what's going on? Obviously, forgiveness is missing inside man's heart, so damn hard. Think to yourself that we're so damn smart. And we know it all, but obviously we don't know nothing. All we know is that we fall and then we keep on falling. Yeah, I can't get up on my knees, I be crawling like a beggar. Yeah, living like a leper. Think to myself. Looking for that escape room. Looking for that escape room.
Ate some shrooms and some acid and done some speed, and now you're feeling so cool. You're feeling irate, now yes indeed.
You're looking for escape. You're looking for escape. And what you gonna do when it's checkmate? That's the fate. You're looking for escape. And what you gonna do when it's checkmate? That's the fate.
Yo, I can't wait to exaggerate. Whack MCs that wanna try to play your hate. Stay awake from the speed, yes indeed. They want some more coke, more dope, yo, because they're feeling so awful inside. Yo, no pride, no dignity, nothing. Yo, but pride is evil anyway, you wouldn't want it. Yo, always getting hunted by the devil like he was the Lord. Careful, know what you saw, another temptation gave in. Yo, lungs are like raisins from blazing up so many substances. Yo, what the heck is this? I need deliverance, exorcist style, so check it. Your head is twisted, it's so sadistic, it's so like a misfit. You know I just missed it. What's that? Another opportunity. I feel like I'm on the verge of lunacy. Real life, yeah, in the paddock room, looking at the people and they say he's evil, but they're evil too. So it's the evil dude treated by other evil dudes. Now what the heck? Now evil too. Yeah, evil what? Evil this. Yo, but the people miss the main point, the evilness inside. Where did it come from? Yo, that's the pride. That's the other people trying to say there was a homicide.
Suicide is a suicide.
Living in this room, it's just you and I. But wait a minute, it's just me. Yeah, but I'm split personality. Like there was two of me, different realities. Living in a different past, a different present, a different future. Yeah, as I'ma see the loser and the winner. They come together to make a sinner. They're thinking that he's clever, just a beginner, an amateur trying to be a pro. What do you know? Obviously it's like, there goes the camera. So I break the lenses. Faith and repentance is what we need. Yes indeed, who's that? Nothing to lose. Yeah, temper with the fuse that is shorter than any dwarf man that wanna try to walk and take another look. From Auckland I beat the crook. Throw books like judges, big grudges like stuff this, and if they try to grab the mic I'm like stuff this again. Yo, I bring the ruckus and I don't need no pen because you know you can't touch it. All these suckers that I see, yeah, they really thinking they can put me back in custody.
But yes I be the person on the MIC that's trying to escape. Yo, I'm trying to escape. Yo, I'm just trying to escape. I'm just trying to escape my fate. Every night I just stay awake. Trying to escape. I'm just trying to escape the fate. So every night I just stay awake.
Yeah, so why you trying to play it? Hey, yo, why you trying to see me on the microphone? Trying to just make my fate not nice. Roll dice. Never see people looking at me like, yo, the road's nice. And I throw dice again. Yo, from nice to men. Yo, I keep on walking in this. Keep on struggling. Yo, keep on hustling. But my name ain't Rusty. So looking at the people eating up my frosties. Yeah, in the morning. Yeah, with some toast. And then I go to school and start to boast. Wait a minute, that's the past that I'm living in. We're now in the prison. That was about 20 years ago. And it's evident.
Looking for that escape room. Looking for that escape room.
Ate some shrooms and some acid and done some speed. And now you're feeling so cool. You're feeling irate. Now yes indeed.
You're looking for escape. You're looking for escape. And what you gonna do when it's checkmate? Looking for that escape room. 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 You're looking for escape. You're looking for escape. And what you gonna do when it's checkmate? Looking for that escape room. Looking for that escape room.
Ate some shrooms and some acid and done some speed. And now you're
looking for escape. You're looking for escape. And what you gonna do when it's checkmate? You're looking for escape. You're looking for escape. And what you gonna do when it's checkmate? Looking for that escape room. 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 You're looking for escape. You're looking for escape. And what you gonna do when it's checkmate? You're looking for escape. You're looking for escape. And what you gonna do when it's checkmate? Looking for that escape room. Looking for that escape room.
Ate some shrooms and some acid and done some speed. And now you're feeling so cool. You're
feeling irate, now yes indeed.
You're looking for a state, you're looking for a state. And what you gonna do when it's checkmate? Looking for that escape room, looking for that escape room.
Ate some shrooms and some acid and done some speed, and now you're feeling so cool. You're feeling irate, now yes indeed.
You're looking for a state, you're looking for a state. And what you gonna do when it's checkmate? For that escape room, looking for that escape room, looking for that escape room, looking for that escape room. You're looking for a state, you're looking for a state. And what you gonna do when it's checkmate? You're looking for a state, you're looking for a state. And what you gonna do when it's checkmate? Looking for that escape room, looking for that escape room, looking for that escape room, looking for that escape room. You're looking for a state, you're looking for a state. And what you gonna do when it's checkmate? That's the fate. You're looking for a state, and what you gonna do when it's checkmate? Looking for that escape room, looking for that escape room.
Ate some shrooms and some acid and done some speed, and now you're feeling so cool. You're feeling irate, now yes indeed.
You're looking for a state, you're looking for a state. And what you gonna do when it's checkmate? You're looking for a state, you're looking for a state. And what you gonna do when it's checkmate? That's the fate. You're looking for a state, and what you gonna do when it's checkmate? That's the fate.
Yo, I can't wait to exaggerate, whack MCs.
You're looking for a state, you're looking for a state. And what you gonna do when it's checkmate?